All right, so Brian Casey Cunningham, how are you today?
Doing great, doing great.
All right, I'm looking at your background. That tells me a lot of things. Like, okay, you got golf in the background. Let's see. You've got lots of trophies and awards, family pictures.
Got my dog in here.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's your dog? We got to see that.
If I can,
I can't see him. What kind of, is it a real dog?
no,
Oh, no, it's not a real dog. What is that?
it's a Labrador.
A Labrador. I love it. I love it. Well,
I'm a big
Brian,
hunter. I like to hunt and fish more than anything.
oh, I'm a huge fisherman if you didn't know that. Like, if you ask me what I'm going to be doing when I retire, which I will never retire, but that is fish.
Oh yeah,
Fly fishing, Green River, take me anywhere you want fishing, and I'm right there with you.
I got a beautiful place on the Chesapeake Bay, so we go down there every weekend.
There you go. Be careful. We might become friends real fast.
Awesome.
So, hey, it's been a crazy year, Brian, and I'm having the blessing of getting to speak to some of the executives about the journey, where you've been, where you are today, and where you're going. So let's talk about this last year. It was some challenging times at the beginning of last year when all of the margin calls were happening, the shift in the market, shift in guidelines literally overnight, and then it settled into capacity challenges.
Yep.
Tell me what your last year looked like and what decisions you made possibly from last year that you think you're going to take going forward.
Well, probably the biggest thing I learned from last year is that we've got a core group of people. We've got to have like three sections of core groups of people. We've got people that have been together for 20 to 25 years plus. We've got people here, another group that's 10 to 20 years, and another new group that we're very excited about that's been here from 2 to 10 years. And we've kind of got them segmented like that throughout the company. But our guys adapted so good last year. Is our turnover was very low. Headhunters were all over us trying to take away all our operations people. And I'll knock on wood as I say this, but we lost no one. We adapted.
Wow.
We moved 50% at the beginning, working out of their houses, the people that we could measure, like processors, underwriters. Then we ended up going to 70% out of their houses because of the virus and everything that was going on. So, but we've learned from that one, we've got some of the best people in the business. And, we worry about that top tier people. The reason I break them out in the years is, they are getting near those retirement years. And I hope they take your philosophy and don't retire, because I want them to stay here forever because they've done such a good job for us. We're a close-knit group. And so, but we're at probably back to about 50% working out of our houses, but we're just going with the people that we can measure. And, in the technology, as I'll get into later on, technology is what's helping us do that. We think we're state of the art right now, but as I say that, tomorrow there'll be something else new that we have to jump on the bandwagon with. So,
Sure.
It's been a crazy year, but I think overall we weathered the storm. We improved our production by over 50%. We have three different stools in business in this company. We have a company called Lender Solutions. We have a marketing company that does a call center. And we have our regular loan officers, and they all excelled during the year. And our turn time still stayed within reason, which we're excited about.
So what do you think the future holds for our industry at large? Rates are shifting. We're starting to see a shift in volume, I'm guessing.
Yes. Yep.
How long do you think?
We've gone to probably down 100 million a month in applications, but we're above capacity by 200 million. So we're kind of getting back to normal, and we're still higher. Our capacity right now, our monthly capacity right now is higher than 2019, but it's all purchase. We're a purchase money company. We're franchised. Even last year, we were more purchase than refis, which I take great pride in that because that's a franchise there. A lot of these companies are going to go away around us, and the companies are going to go away that did the 90% refis, and we're seeing those right now they're coming in trying to offer my loan officers $250,000 signing bonuses. They're trying to offer them higher basis points, but they're going out of business because they can't get to the purchase business. Right now, our purchase business has shifted, and we're at 85% on our production right now in purchase. That's the future. Technology is the future. And you've got to. We take a funny approach on it. Is that we really honestly believe that the Rocket mortgages we've got to have their technology just to use them out there as an example. We've got to have their technology, but we still like our salespeople. We love having our salespeople. We think that touchy-feely business still works. We think it still works. And maybe we're old-fashioned about that, but it's worked for us. And we think it's going to continue to work.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. What's your greatest priority right now? Is it building that technology?
Well, technology, I got a whole group that works on that constantly, but we're pretty good right now. We're using Blend on the front end, and then we use Encompass, but we think we're on top of that, and we're rebuilding. We just hired a new person that used to work at Encompass, and they're helping us refine some things on that side. But I think my greatest focus, to be honest with you, is funny. I'm just not saying this because I'm talking to XINNIX, but I love the new loan officers coming in because they grasp the technology better. They come in quick. They know how to be efficient. And we're training them. Mike Mazzola, I'll give him credit. We're training them to almost process the loans because technology without processors. The good ones can do that. And that's going to be huge. That helps tighten those margins that we get beat up on in the streets all the time. So that's one of the things we're really focusing on for the next year when these trainees, and the new people in our company, through Mike Mazzola, through your group, they are catching on so fast. And this is a hard business right now to catch on to. I know. There's a lot of moving parts all the time.
Well, I'm going to give you guys some accolades. There's 3 keys to building successful new people. And if you get the 3 things right, you win every time. Source them well, train them well, and assimilate them well. So we're a piece of the formula for sure. And we so appreciate y'all's business and your relationship. But you guys are doing a good job in the assimilation. And it takes, a leader to understand and we help with some of the assimilation, but you got to maintain it. And so kudos to you guys. I believe, and I think, Bryan, I don't know if this is your philosophy, there's never a bad time to hire a good salesperson.
I agree 100%. In fact, Mike Mazzola and I were talking, that's where he is right now, having lunch with a person I referred to him. And we're constantly bringing them on. And with your program, we can get through it so quick. I mean, we can have them ready in 60 days, but we don't let them out. We don't really let them go for 6 months, because we kind of hold their hand through the process. They're ready to roll, and the good ones are knocking at your door and they want to go. So you got to give them the right tools.
The old way of doing things where you bring a new one in and say, just shadow somebody, doesn't work. It takes away from their own personal production. It's not scalable. There's no predictability to it. And the reality is if you can plug and play like you guys are doing, you can literally grow overnight. And I so appreciate you bringing in new blood, right, into the industry.
And the loyalty is amazing. The loyalty of the people when you train them is amazing. You never hear them coming here and saying, "Oh, I got a job offer. I got this going on." They're focused on what they got to do to get better every day.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Well, Bryan, I'd love a story, or I'd love to ask you sort of the story of how you got into the industry, because it's really interesting to me as I interview these CEOs and presidents around the country. We all didn't grow up to get into the mortgage industry. More than likely, it was by accident. How did you find the industry and get to where you are today?
Well, I came out of college and was going to get in employee relations. So I ended up working for the state of Virginia in employee relations for 2.5 years. I got hired away by a brokerage house called Wheat First Securities, and now they're owned by Wachovia, or now Wachovia. And I was a headhunter. I was 24 years old. I was a headhunter, and I flew all over the country interviewing stockbrokers and stealing them away from the people. I was the guy that wrote the $100,000 check and stole them and hung out with them and got to know people. So I did it all over the Southeast. And then I said, this is going to wear me out. I keep doing this very long. So I think my strong suit is I'm a good recruiter. Secondly, I wanted to get into a business that I felt like I could get out and be out in the open air. I thought I was going to play a lot of golf and fish and everything. But after I got going, my second year in the business, first year I did 20 million, second year I did 40 million. And I realized, I said, man, you got to work. This is a hard company. So it was between stockbroker, bond trader, and a mortgage banker. I ended up being a mortgage banker. Been doing it since I was 25, 26 years old. Then started recruiting people and building a franchise. And I was with 2 companies, a little small savings loan back when I was 25. I recruited 8 loan officers, and they got bought by a big bank. Went to another little small company called Beach Fed. They got bought by a Canadian bank. At that time, I had 64 loan officers working for me, and I was only in my early 30s. And then now we came over here to C&F. Gosh, 26 years ago now. Little country bank. I used to go fishing with them. I always tell people C&F stands for cattle and fish. We're an old
Okay,
country
well,
bank.
can I come join your company? Because I'm all about both.
So when I came here, the bank was 200 million. We were 500 million. We're over 2 billion now, and the bank is over 2.5 billion. So
Wow.
we've all grown together. It's been the greatest marriage in the world. And we've never left here since my early 30s. It's just been great.
What a great story. So, all right, I'll end with this quick question. It's an easy one. Culture is created through relationships and over time. And I'm going to guess you have a culture in your company. How are you maintaining that culture as we're in this new remote environment primarily?
It's funny you asked that because I had a call with all my managers on Wednesday and all my sales managers on Wednesday. And the one thing that's got me worried this year more than anything is culture. Because of this, because we're a very close-knit group. We're all in each other's families. We know about the families. We care about it. You know, we want to make it a great place to work. Our turnover is very low, but I'm really worried about the culture. So we're trying to do things now to rebuild that culture, to get people together again. It's a slow process because before we could just get a group of people and have a cookout. We could go do fishing trips. We could do hunting trips. My partner's a big golfer. You take the golfers out, you know, but now we haven't been able to do that. So that's one of the things I'm focusing on this year is to get back in. So we're going to start with our corporate headquarters. We got 95 people in our corporate headquarters. I'm going to start doing luncheons outdoors to bring them back together. You just got to see people. I don't know, maybe I'm old fashioned, but I'm a touchy feely guy. I gotta see people's reactions when you're face to face with them, make sure they're still on board. And I want to tell them about the history. You know, I've been here for 30 some years, going on 30 years in the business, over 30 years. And, you know, I want people to say the top's here for you. You can go all the way to the top here because a lot of us of the 25, the people I said the 25 that have been there 25, 30 years, they're going to move on. You know, there's a great opportunity here, but I got to get face to face so they feel the vibration. They feel the excitement that we have for this company. And I'm working on that now. That's a big one. I've always been on top of that. But the last 2 years have the last year and a half has kind of thrown us off our game on that.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm a hugger. Like I want to be in the same room and feel your energy and touch and really, you know, and also, you know, when you're in a room with them, right? If I've got your eyes, I've got your ears. But when you're on Zoom, you got the double monitors, the cell phone, everybody's looking around. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I might have to start having to say, everybody keep your hands in the thing. So I know you're not moving around. I've got your attention. But I think, by the way, just an FYI, we're coming out with a whole culture series because we believe that that's the biggest risk we have right now is losing these amazing cultures we created when there was more relationships being in physical relationships, right? Where you could see and touch. So but we're happy to help. And I just want to applaud you and your group for what you're doing. And we appreciate, of course, your loyalty. And I love that you're bringing new people in. So keep it up. And thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you for XINNIX. Y'all done an absolutely terrific job. We've been dealing with you pretty heavy for the last 4 years, and you've helped us out a lot.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you again.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.